Hello, Barondipitus here with a Barondipitus here with another video for the board game shelf. Here I'm talking about Machi Koro Legacy. Machi Koro, this just like Seven Wonders, Gateway to Asia, um, uh, Master of the Galaxy, and whatever. I think this might have been another one that we got at the sort of buy three get three free sort of thing. I think this is one of the ones that we purchased though, because my wife was really interested in this because of like how beautiful it is. It's got this sort of like there's a little bit of that I don't know Japan. There's a little bit of like a almost Japanese style to these as well. Um, but yeah, essentially, what you're doing is you are in charge of a town, and you get to name the town. You got a bunch. You're trying to put a bunch of improvements and stuff. I mean, this is a legacy game, of course, so various things. You get new mechanics get introduced, and you get to like sort of write on various cards and things like that. Um, yeah, it's a very like pretty and delightful and very charming game, definitely. You got these lovely like boats and things like that. I guess spoilers for Machi Koro, I suppose, but you're not really seeing this in context. These coins are fun. They're these sort of um, um, plastic chips essentially. And yeah, mainly we have these cards that have here we go. So mainly we have these cards that have a number, one or more numbers in the top, and then an effect on the bottom. And essentially, on your turn, all you do is you just roll a dice, and whichever number it is, that is the number those are the cards you can activate. So in this case, if you roll, so you're rolling, you start with rolling one dice, and you get to roll two dice later on. But if you roll dice and you get a 6, then you get to activate this, which is you may advance your ship one space on the expedition track. Yeah, for two, or if you roll a 2 or a 3, you get 1 coin from the bank, your turn only. There are some that activate on your turn. There are some that activate on anyone's turn. So if I have a forge in front of me and anybody, including myself, rolls a 5, then I get 2 coins from the bank. There are some that only happen on during opponent's turn. So if somebody else rolls dice and they get a 10 to 12, and I have a stadium in front of me, then I get to take 3 coins from the active player. So, yeah, that's basically how Machi Koro works. It's rather interesting because you want to sort of, because you start with some coin, you start with some very basic. There's almost a deck building element to it. You start with some very basic buildings, and you roll dice and you get coins. You use those coins to buy more buildings, and you try to like make it so that you can like get as many coins as possible, essentially, and but yeah. And there's some pretty powerful combos as well that I've noticed in some of my playthroughs. Oh, this is stuck. Oh gosh, hold on. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Not sure what was happening there. Something is stuck to the bottom of that. Oh well. Anyway, but yeah. Well, yeah, I named my village Kakariko just because I could, right? But yeah, that's basically how Machi Koro. So I believe I've also played Machi Koro. I don't have normal Machi Koro, but we have Machi Koro Legacy, and now that we've played through the campaign, we have our own version of Machi Koro that we can play now, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, we enjoy this a lot. I believe there's a Machi Koro 2 out there as well. I have not played that, but yeah, the artwork is beautiful. The gameplay is rather straightforward, and yeah, it's very simple gameplay, but it can be very strategic because you're trying to see like how you can get the most amount of coins for like the kind of buildings and numbers that you want to get, and especially considering rolling 2 dice, that 5, 6, and 7 roll the most often, whereas 1, 2, and 11 and 12 roll the least often. So you want to consider that as well. And that is also considered with the kinds of buildings that are at 1, 2, and 3, and then 10, 11, 12, and then 5, 6, and 7, and so forth. But yeah, that's Machi Koro Legacy. Anyone who likes legacy games, I think they would enjoy this. This is a much lighter legacy experience than like Betrayal Legacy or something like that. But it's no less. But it's no less fun. It was no less fun to me. And there were lots of fun twists and turns. The story didn't really make a lot of sense to me. It was a little bit fantastical as you're trying to like build your towns essentially, and like crazy like developments happening towards the end. But it was fun. It was delightful, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. So I like it a lot. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, all the best.